Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. In a massive blow to Rahul Gandhi, Surat court today dismissed his plea, which challenged his conviction in the defamation case. The court came to a conclusion that the lower court order had appropriately dealt with the issues involved and their decision was permissible under law. They also made some sharp observations that Rahul Gandhi was a member of parliament and he should have been more careful with his words. Soon after the order, the Congress party stated that they have full faith in the judiciary and will explore all their legal options. The BJP, though, took the opportunity to launch out an attack. They called Rahul Gandhi arrogant for not apologizing to the OBC community in this case. Now, there are other cases against Rahul Gandhi. 2 more defamation cases are currently going on over the same Modi surname remark under which he's been convicted in one. A case is also underway over 2014 comments over the RSS. As of now, one thing is for sure, that Rahul will remain disqualified from parliament, and if situation prevails like this, he won't be able to contest the next elections in 2024 as an MP. Will the conviction saga then hurt the Congress party in the upcoming Karnataka polls, for example, and of course in 2024 general elections? Or is it more a loss of face for them, an attack point for them, than a political setback? We'll take those questions to our guests in just a bit. Let's take a deep dive into the court's observations today because they are very important as far as the political battle raging on this issue is concerned. The court says the appellant, which is Rahul Gandhi in this case, was a sitting MP and connected with public life. The court observed that words spoken by the appellant were sufficient to cause mental agony. As Rahul was an MP at that time, high standard of morality is expected from him. Sentence announced by trial court was permissible under law, one of the observations as well. Court did not agree that the appellant was denied a fair trial as he was given a chance to cross-examine all witnesses. The argument made by the appellant regarding territorial jurisdiction cannot be accepted. Remember, this is one of the things the Congress party and its spokespersons had been saying. And here's the kicker. Rahul's disqualification from parliament cannot be termed as an irreparable loss to him, and therefore they don't feel the need to stay his conviction or look back at his conviction. And here's why those observations are important, because here's a look at the arguments that were made from Rahul Gandhi's legal side, which were dismissed today summarily. So Rahul's lawyers had argued that the trial over this remark was not fair, dismissed. They claimed that there was no need for the maximum punishment in this case. It is rare in defamation cases. Dismissed. Rahul's lawyers added that his speech was quoted out of context or in parts. They had even claimed that the magistrate court's order was strange and the pieces of evidence were presented in a hodgepodge manner. None of those arguments have found favor with the court and therefore his legal implications become complicated. So what next for Rahul Gandhi and his team? Option 1, of course, is he can seek an extension of the bail that was granted to him so that he can avoid an arrest in this case. Option 2 is he may approach, of course, the Gujarat High Court and challenge his conviction in this case. He can also actually approach directly the Supreme Court to challenge the conviction. Whether he'll take that step remains to be seen. Also, number 4, he could decide to not file an appeal at all and serve out his sentence. That, of course, seems less likely to happen. But the big debate that's coming up now is, as far as this conviction saga is concerned, how will it hurt the Congress? Will it hurt the Congress? Will it have an impact as far as elections coming up are concerned? Or is this going to blunt some of the voice and the attacks coming in from the Congress party on issues like this conviction and more?
Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Narendra Modi, इन सबके नाम मोदी 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 कैसे?
और मैसेज इतना मुझे मिल गया है कि श्रीमान राहुल गांधी जी की जो अर्जी थी वो कोर्ट ने रिजेक्ट कर दी।
I would say slap on the face of the arrogance of the Gandhi family.
कानूनी लड़ाई हम कानूनी हिसाब से लड़ें, but we have got full faith in the judiciary.
Let's go across to the guests joining us. Shazia Ilmi of the BJP, Suleiman Mohammad Khan is from the Congress party, I'm also joined by Kapil Sankla, who's a Supreme Court lawyer. So is Vikas Gupta, a lawyer as well. In fact, Suleiman Mohammad Khan himself is an SC advocate. So let me begin with Mohammad Khan. I know what the Congress party has said. There are, of course, legal options available to you. But would you concede politically this is a setback to you? Because, since that conviction was announced, Rahul Gandhi had, of course, talked about how his voice is being curtailed. The Congress party found that some political conspiracy as far as his conviction is concerned. And none of the arguments on record legally that you could make have found favor. So that blunts your political arguments as well.
Look, whatever the judgment today is from the Sessions Court in our appeal, and the application for stay of conviction has been rejected. The order of the trial court convicting Rahul Ji and sentencing for 2 years in a criminal defamation matter is completely erroneous, incorrect, illegal, and I am completely sure that it will not be able to pass the muster of law. One. Secondly, the rejection of application today for a stay of conviction is also an incorrect order, and I think this will also not sustain. We are availing all our legal options. We'll go to High Court, and if permitted, we'll go to Supreme Court as well. Never before we have ever heard or read somewhere as a lawyer as well, or I have also spoken to a lot of my lawyer friends that somebody has been convicted and sentenced for 2 years in a criminal defamation case. Why this has happened? This has happened because Rahul Gandhi ji was exposing the hypocrisy and the fraud Mr. Modi has committed on the people of India.
But are you then implicating the judge?
Mr. Adani,
no,
this country has been sold out to one person by Mr. Modi.
No, this comment is first of all not about Mr. Adani.
I don't dare.
But when you say these things, that he has been punished for what was his political attack against the Prime Minister or his government, are you not implicating the judge who gave that order? And now another judge has looked at that order and found the conviction to be proper. Is this a fair statement to make that Rahul Gandhi has been victimized? By who then?
Yeah. I'll just correct you. It's not an attack on the Prime Minister. It's about the atrocities this government and the Prime Minister has committed on the people of the country and this country. Rahul Gandhi ji and the Congress party is raising the voice of these people.
How is that connected to this case, sir?
If in this process, Prime Minister... No, you said attack. I'm just explaining,
I'm saying
madam.
What you're saying
Second,
about Rahul Gandhi being punished virtually because he was fighting Prime Minister and his government, is that not an attack on the judges, on the judge who gave this order and the judge who today heard the appeal?
No,
the
not
plea?
at all. No, not at all. No, not at all. We'll fight the judgment. A judge has given a judgment. We are fighting that legally. And we have filed an application which was rejected. We'll go to High Court or the Supreme Court. We'll fight the incorrectness of the judgment in the courts of law. Outside the court, in the parliament and on the streets of the country. We'll fight it out politically. Why all this is happening?
But when you say you'll fight it out politically, that's exactly the question I was asking you. Today the judge has cancelled out all of your appeal arguments. One second, let me go across to my other guest as well. Shazia Almi wants to come in. That's exactly the point that I was making.
No, the appeal has not been heard. No, the appeal has not been heard.
The plea for the stay of conviction. Fair enough. The plea for the stay. Stay for conviction. But my point is, you've made your legal arguments even at this stage. Those have not found merit. Now, I don't know what happens tomorrow. Good luck to you. That's not the point. The point is when it is conveyed that, Shazia Ilmi, when it is conveyed that Rahul Gandhi is being victimized because he was taking on the Prime Minister, that effectively is the attack on the judiciary, because it's the judiciary who found him guilty in this case.
You make your own inferences.
Not
Madam,
on Adani.
You can make your own.
So, fair enough. I'm making my inference and I'm asking
it wherever you want to.
I'm making
but
my
we are not.
inference and I'm asking that question to the
You are
BJP.
spinning it.
No,
if you
I
want
gave
to
you the
accuse the judge,
opportunity
you
to
can accuse.
respond
We
to
have no
this.
problem. You do
you
it.
said that Rahul Gandhi
No, I'm
is
responding to you.
You
no,
are
I'm
saying
responding
Rahul
to you.
Gandhi has
You
been
cannot
convicted.
put words in my mouth.
One second.
I am not accusing a judge. You are accusing the judge.
No. One second.
CNN is accusing the judge. I am not.
Okay, one second. Suleiman ji, just 1 second.
I heard every bit of what the predecessing speaker spoke about.
I am not accusing the judge. You may be accusing the judge. You can make your own inferences.
Okay, Suleiman ji, let her go ahead now, please.
So, Mr. the Congress spokesperson, the Congress spokesperson spoke in tongues. In the same breath, while in the same breath he says that we have full faith in the judiciary.
I'm sorry,
and
her
we'll
voice is not clear.
We'll go to
I'm
the
sorry,
next.
your
Be
voice
quiet,
is not
sir.
clear.
Be
I'm
quiet,
not able
sir.
to
My
hear you
turn.
what
I'll
you are
listen to
saying.
you. You'll have to be quiet, sir. There'll be
No,
there's a
I'm
problem.
quiet. I'm not
There's a
able to listen to you,
complication.
madam.
So
Okay,
I will
we'll
have to
fix
be
that.
quiet. You
We'll
don't have
fix
a choice.
that. Suleimanji, please
You don't
be
have a
patient.
choice.
We'll fix it. Thank you very
You
much.
don't have a choice but to listen. That's what
Yeah, please
that's
fix
what
it.
good
Yeah,
manners
please. Yeah.
and a good conversation is about.
Okay,
Good
Shazia.
listening and then answering. So it's the basics.
Don't tell me manners.
Oh
Now I heard you.
God. Can I just have
You
Shazia?
also have
Can I
some
just
manners.
have Shazia on the screen?
I was not
please?
able to
I'm
listen
sorry.
to you.
I'm
I'm
Therefore,
sorry,
I said
Suleimanji,
that.
please don't
Behave
interrupt
yourself.
everybody else's time.
Have your own
please.
manners.
Just Shazia and me, please. I
Understood.
cannot have this go on.
For a while because I can't
Shazia,
speak.
please
He's
go ahead.
speaking
Please
over me.
finish your point quickly. 2
No, I can't. I can't have somebody just as cantankerous and rowdy as him.
No. Anyways,
So-
he had an issue. He made it heard. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so he can't say in the same breath that he has faith in the judiciary of the country and also say that the entire country is sold out to one person. These are the words we just heard from the Congress spokesperson who claims to be a lawyer but obviously has no regard for the judiciary, lower courts and higher courts in India. He knows very well that it would have taken an apology, an unconditional apology that Rahul Gandhi gave earlier on the Rafale matter when he called Chaukidar Chor hai, insinuating, of course, casting aspersions on the Prime Minister. Here, he clearly called out a community names. He called a community names. He took the names and a subsect of the community found was outraged and went to the courts. Instead of talking about it being about not a fair trial, one, and Rahul Gandhi his speech being misquoted, which did not augur very well for him, as is obvious. Instead of doing all of this, he could have apologized and said, yes, he was way out of line. He should not have attacked all the surname Modi, even if he wanted to launch a political attack against the Prime Minister.
Okay. On the issue of apology, I'm not sure if the apology is still on the table. Can I go across to Kapil Sankla on that? Is an apology still?
Rahul Gandhi will never apologize.
Okay,
You
fair
keep
enough.
on dreaming.
Okay, fair enough. But Kapil Sankla, that's not an option for Rahul Gandhi, right? An apology is no longer an option. He's been convicted, or is it?
No, that,
So we will not. We are fighting it
no
legally
longer survives,
and politically
but
as
that
well.
actually goes, sir, let
Sorry.
me finish. And what it actually does is that it does kind
Sorry,
of mitigate
sorry,
the
I
case
never knew
before
that's
the
your question.
appellate court as is being done right now. You have to understand that what Mr. Gandhi did, rightly or wrongly, is to cast aspersions against a community or a surname. And then his entire defense was, no, I did not mean it. I just meant one person. And I will not apologize for it. Now, as far as criminal law is concerned, that actually means that he has admitted to his guilt and is trying to justify it. There cannot be a justification to something like this because no prudent man of some intellect would actually cast aspersions against an entire community in the garb of saying that it was only meant for one person.
Okay, Kapil, can I come in?
The second aspect, very material, is...
May I
Yes,
just reply
please.
to the
Of course you
gentleman?
can.
and the
Suleimanji, you will
BJP
have to be
spokesperson?
patient. Please allow
No,
our
sir.
guests to
Can
speak.
you-
Please
No,
be
you know
patient.
what is the community?
Can I also...
What is the community?
Thank you. Can
What
I
is the
just also
community?
quickly say this
Yes.
because my friend is on his legs right now. Well, an appeal is only on three major points.
Yes.
You have to show whether there is an error
No,
apparent
we
on
are
the
not
face
talking-
of
what is the
record, which is an
community you
error,
are
which is a
talking about?
factual
I'm
error,
asking you the
or an
community.
Okay,
error
can I
in
just
law.
have Kapil Sankla?
Or
No,
you have
Mr.
to say
Suleiman,
that
not
the
like
process
this.
has been
Please
misused.
maintain
Tell us what
some
is the
decorum
community.
as far
Alright,
as
so
the debate is
therefore-
concerned. Please do not speak
That's-
over our other guests. I'll have to
That's
take you
all
off.
right. It's...
Please, no, not like this. I want to be able
Thank
to
you,
hear
ma'am.
what each
So I
one
was
of you
saying
are
that-
saying. You will get your turn, Suleimanji, but please be patient. You cannot be speaking over everybody else. Please, I request you, Kapil Sankla.
Two people are speaking against me,
Gee,
and you are
quickly
Sir, you will
say
get your
that an
time.
appeal
The
is
answer to
actually
that still
challenged
is
on
not that you
three-
speak over everybody else. Please, there's
Challenge-
another guest who hasn't spoken. This is not how it works.
No, I have not spoken on anyone.
So quickly saying that,
Yeah.
that an appeal is fought on three major limbs, an error which is apparent on the fact or error which is open on the face of the record.
Okay.
The second is error on law or where there is a gross misuse of the judicial process or the process of law. Mr. Gandhi's arguments are not on any of these fronts. He merely states that it was not to the community but a particular person, though he did not name a particular person. Then he says that prejudice will be made if the conviction is not stayed. The Honorable Court has relied on a judgment of the Gujarat High Court saying that the conviction can be stayed on rarest or rare occasions. No rarest or rare occasion has been shown. So merely on these fronts itself, a prima facie view has been taken by the court. It would be ludicrous to challenge the order of the court in the media saying that, he's prejudiced because of XYZ political reasons.
Yeah. No, actually the term that the Congress spokesperson used,
rather than here.
that today's order, that his conviction was illegal, today's order is also completely wrong. I'm not sure if you can say these things. You have to make these arguments in court. But I want to ask you, Kapil Sankla, what about the fact that people are raising that this is one of those cases, a criminal defamation case, where maximum punishment is rare? That's a fact, right? And here's a political person who was making a political speech and has been found guilty of criminal defamation. Is that setting the wrong precedent?
Well, the short answer to this is like this. In criminal law, the conduct of a person is seen. So a person who's a first-time offender would get a much lesser punishment than a offender who is a habitual offender. So under those circumstances, if there are prior precedents against even a politician of national import that he has made certain statements which are derogatory and defamatory, and if his people around him kind of start maligning the very judicial officers who are responsible for passing that order, then I am sure if it wasn't Mr. Gandhi, it was anybody else as well, he would have it coming. So therefore, it is not the maximum, it is not going beyond what the law is, but it is using the law to its maximum capacity.
Okay.
The judge gave the maximum test that he could under that section and could not have gone beyond it. And you have to see the conduct of the gentleman and also the people around him, which is material in any criminal matter.
No, keeping all of that in mind, Vikas Gupta, don't you feel that this is indeed a setback as far as the Rahul Gandhi case is concerned?
People who have spoken
one second, sir. 1 second after Vikas Gupta. Vikas Gupta, would you concede that this is indeed both politically and legally a loss of face and a setback for Rahul Gandhi? Because none of his arguments and this whole thing that, I was only taking on the Prime Minister, that's why I've been attacked. That's not how one cases can be fought. And even that political attack has now been blunted by what the court has said today.
Shivani, losing it out, being handed out conviction by a magistrate court or stay of conviction not being allowed by the district and session court is falling for the Congress party as far as legally or as well as politically. So many times, so often we find that the impugned orders are not corrected by the session courts, and that is what the High Court and the Supreme Court is carved out to be. So as far as the ingredients of the offence does not meet the ingredients at all. Per se, I don't want to go into the merits of the case at this point in time. But one important aspect which you asked, Kapil, that whether apology can be tendered at this stage or not, whether Rahul Gandhi will tender it is a separate issue. And as far as Rafale is concerned, Rajiv said that apology was tendered to the court and not to anybody else. As far as in this matter, whether Rahul Gandhi decides to tender apology to the complainant or not is a separate matter, but if he tenders even in the appellate court, the matter can finish it up. But that's entirely the
prerogative, yes. That's the prerogative of the decision of Rahul Gandhi, and it's unlikely he's likely to do that.
Conviction is concerned, so often way back in Navjot Singh Sidhu's case also, Supreme Court says that the court which has the power to suspension of sentence has the power to stay the conviction also. So not staying the conviction, I think this order once challenged in the High Court will not stand.
So can I ask you, Vikas ji, what do you think is the legal argument for Rahul Gandhi to now take to High Court? On what basis can he say I was wrongly convicted, or at least my conviction should be stayed so that I can come back as an MP?
Shivani, there are two different things. Arguments in the appeal and arguments as far as the stay of conviction are concerned are two different separate matters. But once the stay of conviction is the similar argument what you make in suspension of sentence, because that's a short argument. You do not go into the length and breadth when you are arguing an appeal. So the very simple fact that there is no comment made as far as to the complainant is there, no statement is made by Rahul Gandhi as far as the complainant is concerned. That itself should be the first round for stay of conviction.
But that was something that they raised. And
just 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This ground alone should be sufficient as far as stay of conviction is concerned.
The court did remark today that words spoken by the appellant was sufficient to cause mental agony. They've justified the case that the complainant in this case made.
There is no utterance as far as the complainant is concerned. If Rahul Gandhi makes attributes, allegations against Nirav Modi or Mehul Choksi or Nirav Modi, this fellow is not, he has not said anything against the complainant at all.
Yeah, but you're very conveniently forgetting that what Rahul Gandhi said in his speech is कि सारे चोरों का नाम मोदी क्यों होता है? उसमें तो सब मोदी आ गए ना?
No, but he never said that all the entire class of Modi is like that.
Yeah, he didn't say that, but he implied that that सारे चोरों का नाम मोदी होता है. सारे चोरों का नाम भी मोदी नहीं होता ना?
The ingredients does not make out the offence at all.
Okay, well, the court is deciding what it is deciding. Like I said, they will take it to the High Court. Yes, Mr. Suleiman, now please come in.
You know, a few days ago, Chief Justice of India, Justice Dr. D.Y. Chanchura said that these courtrooms, these newsrooms and debates doing mini trial, it's not appropriate. Now, this gentleman who was appearing as a lawyer seems to be holding a brief for the BJP, trying to, put allegations against my leader.
Sir, I seem to
but
be
the issue is,
he
even don't know what is the community.
Personal
Seems to be.
Liking or disliking.
Sir, seems to.
I was only
you are also defaming him
having
now.
a legal argument which should happen.
Be very careful. You're discussing defamation.
Whatever. I don't care, madam. Don't threaten me.
I'm not threatening you. I'm just reminding you. You don't have to be so uptight.
Yeah, you are exposed, madam. You are a journalist.
I'm also exposed.
You are not a BJP spokesperson.
But why are you attacking my panelist personally? Why are you attacking the panelist personally? I should be the one taking offense. Instead, you are acting holier than thou.
I think this
now you are attacking
which
me
has been
also.
Created, 4 people attacking one.
No, the other person spoke on your Rahul Gandhi's favor also.
What do you mean?
You have conveniently forgotten him.
Whenever you go home in the evening,
yeah, don't lecture me. Suleiman ji, there is a limit to how much lecturing I'll take from you. आपको किसने ठेकेदार बनाया है मेरे को लेक्चर करने का कि इवनिंग में क्या करना है और मॉर्निंग में क्या करना है?
मैं हूं बिल्कुल ठेकेदार.
किसके ठेकेदार है?
कैसे नहीं करेंगे? आप जर्नलिस्ट हो, 4th पिलर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी का बिक चुकी 90% मीडिया.
आप लेक्चर करेंगे मेरे को?
कहां से फंडिंग आती है आपकी?
अरे आपको क्यों बताऊं मैं कहां से फंडिंग आती है? ईडी है, सीबीआई क्या है?
Who is giving you salary?
अरे आपको क्या लेना देना है? कहां से सैलरी आ रही है? आप डिसाइड करेंगे क्या जर्नलिस्ट की सैलरी कहां से आ रही है? आप डिसाइड करेंगे क्या?
फंडिंग चैनल कैसे चल रहा है?
तो आप डिसाइड करेंगे कैसे चल रहा है?
नहीं, मैं नहीं करूंगा.
तो फिर क्यों
इम्पार्शियल हो आप? इम्पार्शियल नहीं, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, देश को पता होना चाहिए.
नहीं, आप अपनी बात रखिए ना.
किसके रुपए से चल रहे हैं? कौन इंदुपति चैनल देता है? नहीं, मैं पूछूंगा. इस पे डिबेट करिए ना. बताइए ना.
पैनलिस्ट जो बोल रहा है उसको आपने दर निकाल कर दिया. आपको एंकर रिमाइंड करा रही है कि आप दूसरे पैनलिस्ट को मत अटैक कीजिए. उनके नाम पे आप सवाल मत उठाइए. आप उसको
ओनर कौन है? बताइए ना.
लड़ने के लिए आप आए हैं.
मैं पूछूंगा.
और फिर आप दूसरों को चोरों बोल रहे हैं.
झूठ बता रहे हैं.
सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं ना पैनल पे. सबने अपनी बात रखी है.
आप हमें गलत डिबेट करेंगे, गलत बात कहेंगे. आप क्या दूध के दूल्हे हैं?
नहीं, मुझसे क्या लेना देना है भाई? आपको इतनी क्यों चिढ़ हो रही है मेरे से?
कहां से कैसे चैनल चल रहा है?
आपको क्या लेना देना है भाई? चैनल कैसे चल रहा है? आप चैनल पे गेस्ट के तौर पे आए हैं ना.
आपका चैनल कैसे मिल रहा है? Who is
अरे
getting
who
your
are
money
you
from?
to worry
Where
about
are you
it?
getting your money from, madam?
अरे who are you to ask me that question?
The whole country should worry.
The country will worry.
I am a citizen of this country. I'll ask you and you have to answer.
No, I don't have to answer
you say I don't have the answer.
Do you not understand law?
Yeah, okay.
You've come up as a lawyer and you are saying that if you ask me a question, I have to answer that question.
The whole
Basic
country
tenets
will
of law
ask
you don't
how
seem to
these channels are
understand.
being run. The whole country will ask this.
Just because you are a citizen of
Where
this
is this money
country
coming from?
doesn't give you the right to malign professional reputations of all other people that you professionally engage with. Kapil Sankla and I included.
Where is the funding of this channel coming from? Where
Look
is
at
this
the
funding
behavior.
of this channel coming from?
This
Don't
is
go
what the
into this
Congress Party
debate.
spokesperson wants to do.
I
Instead
have
of
to
put
ask
his
this.
point across.
I have to ask this, madam.
No, you don't have to
I have to
ask.
ask this.
You
A
feel
legal
sanctimonious.
matter
That's
that
why
is
you
a
think
court
you
room.
can ask
Three
these
people
questions. You
sitting
don't have to
accusing my
ask.
leader, and I'll not attack you back.
Who attacked your
Three people
leader?
attacking me in a courtroom, a legal matter which is in a court of law.
So, you are coming to talk about that legal matter.
matter
The Congress
which is
is
in
doing
court of
press
law
conferences
is
on
being
this
attacked
legal
in the court-
matter.
here in the
Why is
courtroom,
the
in the
Congress
newsroom.
doing press conferences on this legal matter?
A legal matter debated in the newsroom.
So why is the
Three
press
people
conference
are
happening
accusing,
by the
and then you
Congress
are
Party?
saying, don't do this.
No, why is the Congress Party holding press conferences
What?
on
I'm
this
sorry?
issue? Why?
We have to reply because
So,
otherwise
I have to
you'll
debate?
you'll
What's your
show the whole
problem?
country that Rahul Gandhi is the worst person.
In any
We have
case,
to tell
Vikas
the
Gupta,
truth
you
because
seems
you
to
are not
be
telling
putting
the truth.
across the
You are
point of
telling
view,
the
let's
truth.
say from the
You
Rahul
will
Gandhi's
get
point of
exposed.
view. I'm not
No,
sure
I
whether
was
Mr.
telling if you
Suleiman
allow me
heard
to
you,
speak,
but he
because that
claims he
gentleman
seems to
spoke and
believe
then
that
you
nobody
spoke.
is putting
I don't
aside
want to sit
his
on your
side.
channel. Sorry.
I don't know what his problem is, but in any case.
I
Shazia
think I
Elmi,
was
let
just
me take
saying
final
that
comments
I
from
might-
all of you.
might
Yes,
or
Kapil
might not
Sankla.
agree with Vikas ji, but at least he made sense.
Yeah, you have
Yes,
to
all I was
present your
saying
view.
was that,
What
you
is
know,
there to get so
kudos to-
angry about? It's a case the whole country has discussed. The Congress Party has no
At
problem
least
with
what
that.
Mr. Gupta, I might or might not agree with him, but what he said made sense as far as law is concerned.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand what Mr. Suleiman is saying.
No,
or whether he's
I
a
don't
lawyer, so
think,
we'll leave
I
it to
do
that.
think he was out of line
but-
to attack you personally, Kapil Sankla. That's a behavior that he will have to answer for. The viewers saw it. And I don't think there was anybody else who was out of line against him. I think maybe he wanted to create a drama. He succeeded in that at least. But Shazia
I
Ilmi,
think
political
that's
question.
exactly what he was doing with Shazia ji was also talking. Yes.
No, in any case, Shazia Ilmi, the fundamental question is, do you believe this is going to be of political use to you? The fact that Rahul Gandhi's, stay has not been granted, now the matter will drag, of course, to an appeal. How it goes, how fast we goes, we don't know. There is a question in the balance whether he can come back as an MP. There's a 6-month window available to him. Do you see this as a political point for you, or is the Rahul Gandhi story a separate story that is irrelevant to the BJP now?
Well, I think it is up to the Congress Party to figure this out, whether they want to stay relevant or not. The kind of behavior I just witnessed on your channel, I really think it's rather pathetic. This entire narrative building, this drama, this victim card, and this perceived persecution by all channels against Rahul Gandhi and that one person. He didn't even bother to give some credence to someone like Vikas ji, who's on the opposing side where I'm concerned, but at least would talk about things logically. So they have to decide, do they want to get all hysterical, paranoid, and make it about some narrative about some crazy random persecution which is not happening, or they want to be real. And I'd like to say they want it to be about, they want to fight it legalistically, politically. What is the ground going to be? Where is the battleground, and what are the rules of those battles?
Okay.
I think we have to see that, because something quite insane is going on, and I just witnessed that on television. I mean, I cannot figure out for the life of me as to what was happening and what kind of defense, and how does it even serve him as a lawyer and the party to have somebody like him as a spokesperson. So I'm not getting it clearly, and I'm quite happy without that knowledge, the deeper understanding of what the spokesperson of Congress Party was trying to achieve.
Yeah.
But this is purely on legal grounds and
Okay.
logic. The option was there for Rahul Gandhi. He did not avail of it. He has been a serial offender. This is not the first time it's happened. He's anyway on bail. The matters have gone up before. There are 6 other cases on which he has to answer for. So clearly they need to decide about which way they want to go.
Yeah, I think fundamentally what was the large headline for just generally for the public today, and Kapil Sankla and Vikas Gupta, I'll give you 30 seconds each, is what the court said about the MPship of Rahul Gandhi. The fact that the court declared that, the fact that he is no longer an MP might not possibly be able to contest elections. Remember, it's not just about his MPship today. He might not be able to contest elections for the next 8 years if his sentence is not reversed. That was very key for me, that it is not an irreparable damage, and that alone cannot be an occasion or a reason to stay the conviction. Is that something you think will set a precedent of sorts as far as these matters are concerned? MPs are concerned?
Shivani, is it to me?
Yes, Vikas, you can go ahead. You can go first.
Yeah, but, Shivani, district session court order will not be a precedent at all because that's not a binding and that's not only the orders of the or the judgments of the High Court and Supreme Court are precedents. But as far as I think,
let's say the import of that statement, the import of that judgment.
Yeah. As far as the stay of the conviction is concerned, I think just wait for a couple of days. It will be going to the Honorable High Court of Gujarat and you will definitely find a reversal of the orders of the Session Court, in my opinion. Because looking at the judgment on the basis on which this complaint itself was filed is erroneous because that is contrary to the CRPC.
Okay,
So
I have
once
limited time. Sir, I have limited time. Let me give 30 seconds to Kapil Sankla on that question as well.
Agreeing with Mr. Gupta on this point that this would not be a binding precedent, but I would like to say...
I didn't mean legally per se. I just meant in terms of public opinion. Yeah, sure.
I understand. Yes, I'm coming to that. So that's the second part of what I was saying. Yes, the legal part is that there are two orders against Mr. Gandhi that he would have to meet. There are two concurrent findings. That is one. Secondly, you're absolutely right as far as public perception is concerned, and let us be very realistic here. Judges and people of the judiciary also watch the news. They also read the papers. They also want to understand what the public perception is. Rightly or wrongly, whether they follow it or not, that's another story. And the third is very material. Is what the defense of Mr. Gandhi is going to be. As I said before, going by what Mr. Gandhi's defense has been doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. However, we will only wait and watch what the Honorable High Court or the Supreme Court says. Stay of conviction is a rare occurrence. Let us see whether the courts would be inclined to give that grace to Mr. Gandhi or not.
Okay, all right. Stay of conviction is rare occurrence. So is a conviction in a criminal defamation case, and that too for up to 2 years in prison. We'll leave it at that. I do thank all of our panelists for joining us.